backyard.
Hi Sharks, I'm Enda.
And I'm Paul. Today, Sharks, we are seeking 400,000 for 10% equity in our company.
Both of us being from Ireland, there are two things that we're good at. The first one being construction.
And of course, drinking. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sharks, isn't it true there's nothing quite like meeting up with your friends at your favourite bar and sipping on your favourite drink after a hard day's work?
When you just want to kick back and relax.
Or simply toast those cherished friendships and celebrate life.
But what if you don't feel like going anywhere and you simply want the party to come to you?
Well, that's where our Irish ingenuity comes into play. Introducing Taverns to Go.
Your very own backyard bar.
Delivered and assembled for you in under 90 minutes in the comfort of your own backyard. Yes, that's right, we do it all for you.
Crafted from pressure-treated lumber, our taverns can be used in any climate, making them perfect for anywhere in continental USA. And who knows, Sharks, with your help, we might just go global.
With over 25 different models to choose from, there's a tavern perfect for every backyard. Simply add your personal touch, stock it up, and let the good times roll. So, Sharks, we'd like you to raise a glass and embark on this Taverns to Go adventure with us.
Launcha.
Salute. Salute.
We are back with another Shark Tank breakdown episode. I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything. As you see, the shirts, patents, copyrights, trademarks, as well as trade secrets. And this is interesting. Like I said, I don't watch these things ahead of time. I give you my real authentic thoughts in real time. And as they came out, I thought this was maybe like a brand of beer that they're trying to pitch to the Sharks. But as they start talking about it in pretty much a backyard bar, I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm sure we'll get off into the numbers and how much one of these things costs to make and what they're selling them for. And I'm very interested in the sales history because I'm not sure if it's patent features about this thing, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty cool to have, to the extent that it doesn't seem like it takes up a lot of space. And to the extent that you don't necessarily have the finances to buy a home that comes with like an outside bar or whatnot, but you have the backyard space. I think this is pretty cool. So I'll be interested in knowing their sales history. And is this thing adjustable? Is it movable? Or is it kind of, hey, you make this thing in one place and it has to stay there? It'd be interesting because I think if you can kind of move it around, maybe that adds some flexibility or some portability to things. But again, it doesn't seem like from a patentable aspect, it's maybe patents involved. Now, trademarks, taverns on the go. Again, one of the things I like to do, and I tell all my clients and prospective clients, when you're coming up with a name of your company, again, you got to think brand, you got to think longevity, you got to think 15, 20 years down the line. You want to pick something, whether it's a logo, whether it's a phrase, whether it's a word, something that's protectable, as well as maybe unique. When you think about the terms liquid death, again, it's wider, but that term kind of draws you in. It was another one, something else that I can't think of, that it was an interesting name for a drink that kind of brought you in. So when you're thinking about these names for your company, these brand names that you like, the McDonald's, like the Burger Kings, like the Apples, you want to make sure something that's protectable. Now, Taverns on the Go, I do think that is a protectable, especially since they're not looking at it for like an actual, I'm not sure. I'll still file for trademark protection on it. I'm not sure if you will get it just because it's Taverns on the Go. I guess it's still a bar. It's more of a mobile bar, which is kind of different than what you think of like a stationary tavern. But again, that's something that is it unique enough to the point where it's going to draw people in, or it's going to make people want to kind of figure out, okay, what's this all about? So, and to the extent that they have a trademark, again, that's one of the big things that I like to see, things that are protectable, because I want you to have a trademark term. I want you to have some brand that you can protect, that you can go out to others to the extent that they are trying to kind of piggyback off your name. And if you're having something, like I said, Taverns on the Go, that's a toss-up, especially because you're kind of dealing with a tavern, so to speak, even though it's mobile compared to stationary. But to the extent that you can't get that trademark, it's like, okay, should we have picked something else that we can protect? Because like I said, when you think about brands, I want something that's protectable from the beginning. So those are some of my initial thoughts. Again, from a simplicity standpoint, it seems like there's a lot going on. These are the three things that I look for, plus the one. How simple is it? How effective is it? What's the market like? Then a bonus one is the IP. So again, it seems like it's maybe a lot going on as it relates to kind of building this kind of tavern at your house. So, the simplicity of it, maybe not as high as I would like it to be. Is it effective? We're going to see that in sales as well as the reviews. What's the market like? Hey, I would imagine that especially over there in Ireland, or, a lot of people probably buy these things, but we all know, and that's a good thing about the U.S. is, whether you're in Ireland, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in one of these foreign countries, you want to sell in the U.S. I think enough people drink in the U.S. to the point where the market is, it'll be interesting, especially if the price point is good. Then from an IP perspective, protect your IP. Like I said, it doesn't look like anything is patentable here, but from a trademark perspective, I would like to see them get something to the extent that they can, and we'd kind of check that out as we go, whether or not they have trademark terms. Those are some of my initial thoughts. I would love to hear from yours in the comments as we get back to this thing. So let's get back to the actual pitch and see what the Sharks think about this thing. There we go. Let's go.
This is really cute. What does it cost for one?
So this model here retails at $3,795, and depending where you live, it might be free delivery up to $590.
And what does it cost you, including all of your assembly costs and shipping costs?
Typically about $2,200, including overhead.
What are your sales like?
So right now, year to date, we're at 2.2 million.
Wow. And when did you start?
2020, when COVID hit, and we're
Okay.
just about to hit the $10 million mark.
Paulinetta, you're obviously not from around here. Tell me where you're from in Ireland and how did y'all start this business?
So I'm from the west coast of Ireland, a place called County Mayo, very rural. I didn't really come from much in Ireland, and you come to America, and I just kind of fell in love with the place.
Same with you?
I'm from Dublin. I came in 2012. I got an opportunity to come out here. I thought I'd come for 6 months, and 12 years
Kaboom.
later, I'm still here. And we actually met over here amongst the Irish community in New York.
And what's your background?
So I'm a mechanical engineer.
Mine is construction management.
How much money did you guys put into this to start it?
A couple $100 to build the first bar.
Good for you, man. That's
It's
awesome.
just true
They put
grit.
their
Your
backs
hands, your
into it. That's
brains,
what they
your
did. They
backs
put their
into
backs
it.
Sold our
That's
first
it.
one, and it just kind of
Sweat equity.
We have put our heart and soul into
we
this
have. It's
for the last four
It's
plus
obvious. And how are
Is
you?
it just the two of you?
correct. Yeah. Just
How
two
are
of
you
us.
outsourcing the build of them?
It's all our own in-house crews. So what happens? Say we have, just for instance, we've got orders in California, Illinois. We'll send a truck with maybe 20 bars, and the guys will go and deliver along that route. We'll
You gotta
do
be kidding. Like, they'll
but then how
cruise
do I-
the country
yeah,
with a bar in the back.
20 bars.
Well,
How do you predict my wait time then? What is my wait time? Because
Depending on where you're located, like we communicate that with customers. We'll say for California, it's like 4 to 6 weeks. For local,
okay, that makes sense.
So what does it cost you to acquire the next incremental customer?
you're talking somewhere about $200, $250.
The model seems to be working. What do you think you'll do in sales this year?
We're on track to do 4 million.
And what do you make in free cash after that?
Our profit margin is about 30 to 40%.
Well, listen, guys, I love it. The only way I'd do this deal is say, okay, here's 400,000. I want to be the third Irish dude. And I am an Irish dude. I'm actually an Irish citizen. I'm from Malahide.
Oh, nice.
So,
North.
Yeah, so first thing, 400,000 for 30.
33 and a third. I'm a third Irish dude. My only role in this thing, blow out the social. I got millions of followers.
No.
They know I'm an Irish guy, and I'm very, very good at reducing CAC. Really good.
Listen,
Hey, look, and I got to stop this thing. I think this is going to be something. I think these guys have something on their hand. Again, I'm taking notes because, like I said, I don't look at these things beforehand. And you talking about the American dream, I talked about it. People in other countries, and this is really to people who are in America. We a lot of times take this stuff for granted because we are used to things and probably used to things given to us and used to things kind of being a certain way. But other people, I interviewed somebody who was from, I think, Switzerland, either Switzerland or the Netherlands on my channel. He has a company, Aerofit, and he talked about how the U.S. market is the main market that everyone's outside of America wants to get into because people in America like to buy stuff. And these guys are from Ireland, came over. I'm not sure why they had came over, but saw an opportunity. We're willing to put in hard work, sweat, blood, sweat, and tears. Again, say $10 million, almost $10 million a day, 2.2 million at the time of them making that video. It seems like they're going to projected to do 4 million a year this year. Again, when people come over, man, they see the opportunity. And I think the one gentleman talked about it. Hey, we saw an opportunity and they taking advantage of it. And I'm saying that to say that more of people here stateside, domestically, people from Americans need to see that same opportunity when they wake up in the morning. These guys, construction managers, mechanical engineers, shout out to the mechanical engineers out there. That's my background, is an ME major or ME graduate. So they were able to, a couple $100. Clearly, they kind of built these things on their own. maybe some lumber, and next thing you know, they got a business. So I love these stories. I'll definitely have to try to get these guys on here because I love the story, and I think we all have skill sets, especially when you're talking about construction guys or whatnot. Man, you have a skill set, and you have to kind of try to monetize off that skill set as opposed to just kind of waking up and kind of punching the clock. Yeah, punch the clock, but kind of do something on the side that you can take advantage of and hopefully build a business off of. You're talking about $4 million and then them getting 30-40% of that. So what's around $1.3 million that they're taking home at the end of this thing. I'm not sure when they started. I think he said back at COVID. So just think, you started a business 3-4 years ago, and next thing you know, you're making $1 million at the net profit or net income 3 to 4 years later. Again, that's the American dream. Now, clearly, these guys from outside of the country see this, or guys and girls from outside of the country see this. I would just hope that more of us stateside kind of see that same opportunity, see that same dream, and willing to put in the work like these guys did. It seems like, again, I know a lot of times, and I've interviewed people who they kind of balance each other out. It seems like they work well together, even though they're both kind of within that same sphere as far as construction manager and me. That's kind of like the same thing to me, but it seems like they're looking for a strategic partner that's going to come in, blow the social media out. And again, obviously you have Kevin, you have Lori, you have Damon John. Pretty much all the Sharks have a social media team that they can help out with. That's why I think it's going to be pretty much a bidding war for this thing because they're making money. They're cool dudes. Now Kevin, he wants a little bit more than 10%. They wanted 10%. He wants a third of it. So we'll see how that ends up. But again, I don't know. I love these stories, man. You're talking about the American dream. Hey, the American dream is all alive and well, if you ask me. Let's get back to the video. Let it go.
I love you both, and I love your concept. I'm going to order one. But look, there's other sharks that I think can help you more than I could. So for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah, guys, I'm in the same boat. I don't know that I'm best suited to help. I'm a drinker, but not a construction guy. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay, no worries. Thanks, man.
So guys, it's never been my thing to deal with construction and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be a customer, but I'm out.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's really cool. And, I'm on the fence. I could totally see people loving this. I just, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how would I get my money back, like, fast enough? Taking something out of his book, like, I was thinking I would want a royalty deal.
Okay.
I would give you the $400,000, but I would like $30 on each one sold. Okay. Until I made $600,000. So my $400 back and $600,000.
Okay.
And I would only take 15%.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Given what you sell these for, 30 is nothing.
Yeah.
30 is, I can't believe you say 30.
Should I make it 60?
It's not my business. I don't know.
What do you think, guys?
Larry, we like your offer with the royalties. Would you be open to going to 12.5 equity after you hit the mark?
I feel really good with what I did because I think 30 was a really sweet, nice royalty. I could have asked for 100, and they all said I should have.
There you go.
I didn't say that. I thought royalty was greedy.
What do you guys want to do?
We're going to take your offer, Larry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Well done,
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Hey, clearly these guys, I don't know if it was Mr. Wonderful or it was the offer that he gave, because they didn't even though he gave him what $400,000 for 33%, they didn't even try to renegotiate with that. So I guess they figured that offer was crazy and didn't deserve any attention. But again, just the way they're selling these things. Now, I think they said what these things cost almost $3,800 to $3,800. So definitely it's not a cheap thing, but at $3,800 to get, and they're selling these things with almost $4 million a year that they said they're going to do. So the $4 million, $30 royalty until she gets 600,000 or essentially $1 million. So her 400,000 plus 600,000. I think they're going to blow that out the water next year. And again, she didn't take a lot, only 15%. So again, I thought it was a great deal for these guys. Like I said, I think that Lori she has the social media following, and she definitely, when you're talking about becoming a part of something, she's going to become a part of something that she can feel like she can add value to and that she can really get behind. So again, the fact that they did a deal with her, I think they're going to definitely benefit from her, from a social media standpoint, from a marketing advertising standpoint. I think, again, a deal is great because she didn't take a lot of equity from these guys, but the fact that she did get the royalty, and I think she's going to make all her money back next year. Those are my thoughts. Let me know. Number one, because they did $4 million lifetime, almost $10 million. Let me know in the comment section if you bought one of these things. And to the extent that you have bought one of these things, hey, please leave a picture. I'm interested to see how this thing looks in your backyard. It looks pretty cool just kind of looking at it on the screen. But let me know how this thing actually looks. If you could drop a picture to the extent that you have bought one, and to the extent that you haven't bought one, let me know. Would you buy one of these things? I think I would buy one of these things. You're talking about now you can have it, just kind of adds to the ambiance, add to the party that you can have at your house. And again, it looks pretty cool. So I could definitely see myself buying one of these things. I think it's pretty cool. But again, let me know in the comment section if you would buy one, and to the extent that you have bought one. Hey, please let me know, number one, how you like it, and then number two, drop a picture of it. I'll be interested to see how this thing looks in people's backyard. So let's take a look at the website here really quickly before we get out of here. Let me see, shutter screen. Like I said, I thought this thing was more so about a new beer that they came out with, but it seems like it's actually at home tavern. Seems like they're giving $200 off for everyone sold if you use Shark 200. It ends Black Friday, so you still have 6 days. That's cool. So like I said, it doesn't appear that there's no panable features on it. They have a nice team, nice size team. 6 people, but again, if you're doing $4 million, seems like they have a couple different locations along the East Coast, New Jersey, Florida, and out west in Cali. So that's cool. That's cool. The limited amount of time that it takes. Again, the Taverns to go. I did try to look it up on a test database. I didn't see anything as it relates to Taverns to go trademark. Maybe they have a trademark on this logo. I know to try to look up trademarks, logo trademarks on a United States Patent Trademark database. This is a little bit difficult. So maybe they do have a logo, trademark on a logo. To the extent that they do, I would like to see that R in a circle, or to the extent that you don't have it, but you're using it from a branding standpoint, I would like to see the TM at the end of it, or kind of the lower right-hand corner. Like I said, Taverns to go. It doesn't appear that they have anything pending or registered for that. Seems like last year, $31.95. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Kudos to them. 4,000 bars nationwide. So over the past 4 years, so they're essentially doing 1,000 a year. At 4,000, so they're making money. They're making money. So kudos to them. Let me know what you guys think about it, man. I thought that was an interesting one. I thought it was going to be more of a bidding war. But again, Lori and Kevin, they were only 2 sharks to kind of make an they end up going with Lori's offer with the royalty, which is interesting. Mark, Damon, Todd, they all kind of backed out for one reason or another. But again, I think it was cool, and I definitely could see myself being a customer of one of these things. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the pitch, about whether or not you would be a customer as well. Hit a like button if you enjoyed this video, as well as hit the subscribe button if you are not part of the IP community. I would love to have you a part of the IP community. We do not only these Shark Tank breakdowns, but we do a little bit of everything. We bring on people such as the shark owners to kind of interview them, tell their story, or get their story, have them tell their story, and kind of see how they got to where they are today. We also do current events, talking about current events from an IP perspective, and we kind of do lawsuits, IP lawsuits. So if somebody is suing somebody else, whether it's a big company, whether it's a small company, for copyright infringement, trademark infringement, patent infringement, we go over those lawsuits and try to glean some information so we could hopefully kind of stay out of those hot waters. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I would love to have you part of the IP community. So hit that subscribe button if you are not part of the community, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.